This is something I've been thinking about doing for a while. I'm here with Darren. You just can't see him. He's kind of hiding. Um, and one of that is going to be pretty much a podcast or trying to share as much knowledge and information as possible to try and instill something into people that are up and coming or people that, they have an idea, they have a vision in their mind, they have something, they have that certain driving force, but they don't know how to start. They don't know how to pursue what they're going after. They don't know how to begin. What I'll tell you is your first step to beginning is by taking action, but in order to take action, you must decide on what it is you want to do, right? So a lot of times success does leave clues, like Tony Robbins says, and it's true. Anybody that's successful in the field that you're looking to be successful in, just follow them. Just follow their steps, see what they're doing, see what they've done on the route to become successful. And chances are you'll either reap the same results or you may reap even better results. And you may learn more along the way and grow along the way as well. But in order for you to do that, you must make that decision in yourself that you're not comfortable with your current state of being. What that means is you're not comfortable with your current job, you're not comfortable with your current state, you're not comfortable with the living facility in which you call your house, right? Now, what that means is that once you put yourself in a state of being uncomfortable, you do anything in your power, you rewire your brain in a way where your brain is designed to keep you away from what makes you feel pain, right? Now, what's gonna make you feel pain when you're uncomfortable and you don't like your current living standards? You don't like the way you do life. You don't like the way your job is. When you start to get uncomfortable in those type of realms of industries and whatnot, what ends up happening is you start to associate pain with it. So it works out in your benefit because yes, you associate pain with it. However, your brain is going to do anything in its power to avoid it just so that it can avoid pain. Fight or flight mechanisms, right? So when you talk about pain and pleasure, which is something that a lot of personal development speakers preach a lot about, it's not because it's just this, see smoke and mirrors, this painted image of, if you just follow your affirmations and you tell yourself you're going to be successful, you'll get there. That's not true. In order for you to get to success, you must understand that there's step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, right? So what's your next 5 moves going to be towards success? That's the better question to ask yourself. Don't ask yourself what you're going to do in the next 5 years. You know why? Because all you're going to do is give yourself an excuse to procrastinate. When you tell yourself you're going to put something off for 5 years, you give yourself a time frame and you're just like, you know what? I don't have to do this year. I have 5 years to work on this idea. Let me just put it off for year number 3, all right? And then year 3 comes on by and you forgot all about the idea that you told yourself you were going to implement in 5 years. Truth is, if somebody asks you where you plan to be at in 5 years or what you plan to do, what you plan to accomplish in the next 5 years, and you're capable of answering that question honestly and with an upfront answer, I always preach this, but it's true. You have to start right now. Don't wait 5 years to start an idea that you already told yourself you were going to make happen. Start right now. What's the problem with starting now? What's the worst that can happen? You make a mistake along the way? That's the problem. Most people, they see mistakes as failures. The reason they want to take more time is in their own mind, it gives them more time to learn, more time to grow, and more time to realize if it's for them or not for them. You're not going to realize if it's for you or not for you until you start doing it, right? Now, another thing too that I will mention is this whole mistake equals failure thing. The more mistakes you make in life, the closer you become to success, or the closer you get to success. School, especially our school system, has taught us as kids that whenever you make a mistake, you have failed. I'm here to tell you that what you've been taught in the past is not true. And I know it's hard for somebody to come in here and just say, hey, listen, everything you've been taught since you've been growing up has actually been fictional, not factual, right? But think about this for an example. Every successful person that's successful, how many times have they failed? How many times have they made a mistake? More times than they can even count on their fingers. Reason being is, and the reason they're successful is not because they failed and then when they failed, they just gave up and that was it. No, it's because every time they made a mistake, they learned something from it. And just so long as you learn from your mistakes, you can view that as a success. Don't view that as failure. Every single lesson you learn is a success. You know why? Because the reason being is once you make a mistake and you learn from it, chances of you repeating that mistake are very minimal, if anything, right? So we all have to get into this mentality that you are exactly who you associate yourself to be. Who you tell yourself you are is who you're going to religiously and what you're faithfully going to follow. If you tell yourself that you're constantly sad, you're going to do anything in your power to maintain an image of a sad person. If you tell yourself you're constantly angry, you're always going to be angry. If you tell yourself you're always happy, you're going to find a reason to always be happy. So why not associate yourself with what you truly want to become in life, right? But now affirmations don't just work. You can't just tell yourself I'm going to be successful in the next 5 years and then wake up from 5 years from now and have $1 million in your bank account. No. In order to get to $1 million, you got to start with $1. Start with $1, build up to 100, build up from $100 to $1,000, from $1,000 to 10, from there on and therefore. But here's the thing. Every single new step you take, every single new echelon you reach in life comes with a new approach, right? You can't just follow the same thing and be like, you know what, this one method is working, I'm just gonna stick to it. Yeah, it's gonna work for the entirety of my career, the entirety of my life. This is what's gonna make me successful, right? No, over time you gotta keep up to date with the current economy, the current way of doing business, the market. You gotta follow the market. If you're left behind and you're stuck in your old way of doing business, you're gonna be stuck in the past. And what happens if you're stuck in the past, your money started going up, now you're just gonna watch your money slowly start to decline, and you're gonna start blaming outside forces as to being the reason why. Assigning blame towards things that are not you for the reason you are where you are is one of the biggest causes of failure, and it's one of the biggest failures of all. Reason being is because if you don't take accountability for your own life and your own actions, you'll never find a reason to try and change it or to try to make things better. Now, I'm not going to take up too much time on this. This is kind of just me giving you some insight as to what's going on in my head right now, some of the thoughts that I have, and this is just something I wanted to share because I do see a lot of people that are struggling, that don't know where to start. Or I see a lot of people with these businesses that claim they're going to be successful, that claim that they're going to be millionaires, or claim, oh yeah, you know, I'm claiming it right now. I'm going to be a multi-millionaire by 2024. Yeah. And then 2023 rolls on, you still have $10 in your bank account. And then 2023 rolls on, and now it's December, and you just went from $10 to $15. Now what's going to happen? What happened to becoming a multi-millionaire? You didn't do anything to work towards that. All you did was tell yourself you were going to become a multi-millionaire, and you thought it was going to happen. And then when other people start doubting you, now you're just like, oh yeah, they don't believe in me. These people don't believe in me. Oh, why should I try and impress anybody? They don't believe in me. Every time I tell them what my business idea is, they just brush it off. They don't care. The reason nobody believes in you is because you haven't given them a reason to believe in you. You keep talking, but talking can only get you so far. Your actions is what's going to pretty much elevate you forward. It's what's going to make you go higher up in a tier level. But you're not going to get there if you just keep telling yourself affirmations, but you take no action. Same thing with these business personnel that think that in order for you to become successful, you must show or look successful on social media. There's a lot of people with faulty businesses and fake businesses that claim they're successful, that claim they have a lot of money, and they flaunt videos and photos and everything with them traveling, showing off fake money or real money, whatever the case may be, prop money. I don't care, whatever the case may be, they flaunt a fake lifestyle. And what the problem is, for those that are truly trying to become successful, they look at this way of living and they think that that's what they must obtain in order to become successful. And I'm here to tell you that is false. A lot of times, people are going to post on social media, oh, you must join my organization, you must do this, you must do that, if you really want to make money, if you really want to become successful, right? But here's the thing. If somebody tells you it makes money fast, it's not worth making. Fast money is never worth it in the long run, because fast money usually doesn't last long. And if it is fast money, props to you, please make it worth it. But what I will tell you is, usually when somebody tells you that you can make money the fast way, you end up losing more in the long run. You lose a lot of time, you lose a lot of patience, you lose a lot of money. And now what are you gonna do? You're gonna blame an outside force for where you are now? No. Every decision must be followed up with an action. So make a decision to be greater in life and then take massive action towards accomplishing it. And once you take action towards accomplishing the things you decided to do, you would automatically acknowledge and notice that your life has changed for the better. Maybe your confidence is higher. Your mental state of being is much better. You feel happier when you're around people, and you love to help people now, right? That's all going to start by making a decision. And once you make that decision, I guarantee that if you take action, you're going to get much further. It's going to catapult you much further than if you just tell yourself you're going to be successful in the next 5 years. So find out what that is you want to do today. Find something you're passionate about, whether it's a hobby, whether it's something you do on a daily basis, whether it's something you just can't seem to get away from. You know, so if you watch YouTube videos all day on cosmetology, on makeup, and this, that, and the third, and that's all you watch, and you religiously and faithfully watch it, try and pursue a career in that. You've done enough research, you've done enough studies to know what you're doing. Just take the appropriate action towards making it happen. Same thing if you're constantly watching videos on, sports. Let's say boxing, for example. You're constantly watching boxing videos. Why not give it a shot, right? You're already in love with it, something you're passionate about, or even open up a boxing gym, right? Do something along the lines of things that you're passionate about, things that you love watching and love doing. And I guarantee that if you turn that into a profession and you turn that profession into a passion, it's going to get you much further than just watching it and just seeing other people do it. So that's the first step towards accomplishing what you truly want to accomplish, or moving towards what you want to accomplish. Thank you.